Okay, you've had it. You've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for ages now. You've been procrastinating on it, and you're finally sick of the excuses that you tell yourself. So, if 2021 is the year that you've decided you're finally going to start your YouTube channel, then this is the video to watch because I'll walk you through the steps you need to start your YouTube channel in 2021. So, are you ready? Hey Go-Getter, I'm Salma Jaffrey. I'm the founder of YouTube Launchpad, the course to take if you want to grow your personal brand with video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the red subscribe button and the bell icon. And now let's begin. All right, so I'm going to walk you through some steps. And I know that for some people, it's going to be like, okay, give me all the tactics, Salma. Give me all, like, what do I need to do with my channel header and with my SEO and keyword research? And I'm going to hold you back in this video. I'm going to be like, no, do not start thinking about tactics before you've actually set a solid foundation. So when you're building a house, let's say, you don't start first with the windows or the staircase, right? You first start with the solid foundations upon which you're going to build the house. And that needs to be really, really strong. So that is going to be what I'm going to start with in this video. So the first thing that you need to think about is to make the decision to start. And I know for so many people, this is what's holding you back. You haven't actually decided. Now, let me explain what I mean by make the decision to start. See, here's the thing. You want to start a YouTube channel. You're thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Maybe you've talked about it a little bit. You've done some research, perhaps. Maybe you've even made some notes. But maybe all of this is like, okay, yeah, I'll start one day. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'm going to do it next year. Oh, it's definitely on my radar for 2021, right? Here's what's missing from all of this: commitment. There is no serious commitment. I find this to be true in my life all the time. When I make a decision, what happens is that now I am that person. I become the person who is going to be that decision. So let me explain this with an example. So let's say if you're trying to quit smoking, right? One way of thinking about it is, oh, I'm going to quit smoking next year. For sure, I'm going to do that, right? Another way of thinking about it is being like, I'm not a smoker anymore. I'm not a smoker. So you change identities when you make a decision, right? And that's what I want you to do. When you make the decision to start, it's like, oh, well, of course I'm going to make videos because I'm a YouTube creator. So I've made the decision to be a YouTube creator, right? So that is where you want to start from. You want to start with that decision. All right, now next thing that I want you to think about is to start messy. I know that a lot of us get into this perfectionism mode, and we want our channel headers to look perfect. We want our titles to be keyword optimized, and we want ourselves to look amazing and gorgeous on camera and sound amazing on camera. But the reality is that every person who looks amazing and sounds amazing on YouTube right now and is doing amazing on YouTube started by being pretty shitty, okay? Started by not looking amazing and not sounding amazing. They started messy, right? And I'll give you my own example. I actually didn't even start on YouTube. I first got comfortable creating Periscope videos. Who remembers that far back, right? Periscope came out with this live video feature, and it was all the rage at that time. And I tried my hand at it, and I think I made like around 20, maybe 30 Periscope videos. So when I say start messy, here's what I want you to do. I want you to actually get comfortable on camera, because to be honest with you, all of the other things that go into creating a YouTube channel and all the success and everything comes from the energy that you have on camera. And if you can practice that by being messy, by trying different things, by playing around with angles, playing around with how you look and how you sound, getting comfortable with seeing yourself on camera, then you have won half the game right there. Because when you are confident, you come across as somebody who people want to listen to and they can relate to you, right? So to start messy, what I would say is, first of all, don't think there's going to be a perfect time to start. January 1st doesn't need to be the date you start. Monday doesn't need to be the date you start. You can take that decision and start right now. You can say, I'm going to start messy. I'm going to start today. Another thing that you need to think about when starting messy is to take immediate action. Now, I find that the longer you delay action, the less likely you are to start and the more likely you are to actually procrastinate. Okay, so the action that I want you to take is film a video and upload a video. Just go through that process, right? Film a video, upload a video. Doesn't even need to be a particular topic or anything. It could just be you testing things out, being like, hey, this is me, I'm talking on camera, like whatever, right? It doesn't need to be a specific topic. It doesn't really need to be anything. It just needs to be you going through the process of creating and uploading. Just familiarize yourself with that process. Hit that record button, hit that upload button. It doesn't even have to be on YouTube. You could do it on Instagram, you could do it on Facebook, right? But just familiarize yourself with creating a video and uploading a video. That's how you start messy. Okay, so we've made the decision. We've started messy. What next? Next is content clarity over gear. The tendency is right away when you start a YouTube channel, you start thinking about cameras and mics and equipment and gear. And I think that that is a classic way for you to get overwhelmed. It is so easy to get into the technicalities of the equipment, but I think what's more important is to shift your focus at that point and really think about your value, right? Your content, the actual thing that you're going to be doing or talking about. So the way that I like to think about this is a couple of things come up when people are like, okay, I don't know what to say, or my niche is too broad, or I'm not sure what my niche is. Or they think, okay, well, I am multi-passionate and I want to talk about this, this, and this, and I'm not sure which one to choose. And another common one I get is people are like, which language should I start in? I speak both these languages, I don't know. And here's where I want to bring in like your relationships. Like when you're starting a new relationship or you're just starting to date, right? You don't just jump in and you're like, okay, I'm committed and I'm marrying this person like right now, right? So you kind of want to think about your YouTube creation process kind of the same way, right? You're not yet committed. You're going to be testing the waters out a little bit, okay? So when you are thinking, okay, this or that, this topic or that topic, this language or that language, this style or that style, this format or that format, the answer is both. The answer is all. Because at this stage, you're going to be experimenting because you don't know yet what's going to work. You don't know yet what's going to attract people. You don't know yet what you're going to love. And if you're uncertain and if you're trying to choose, and if that is stopping you from actually creating, choose both. Choose all. Play the field, experiment, go on a few different dates, right? So what you want to do is get out of that analysis paralysis phase. Forget all the procrastination and just try different things. And I have clients who come to me and be like, what language should we create in? And I say both. Because here's what happens when you actually take the action. You get data, right? You upload a video in one language, you upload a video in another language. What happens? You get information back. Okay, which one performed better? Which one people liked? Which one did I enjoy doing more? And that data is then going to enable you to make better, smarter decisions going forward. And one of my clients asked me, Salma, how did you start a YouTube channel by saying that you're a YouTube expert when you actually weren't a YouTube expert because you were starting from zero? Great question. And the way that I would answer this question is I didn't actually start talking about YouTube. I started talking about what I knew at the time, which was content marketing and blogging and SEO, right? And websites and all that kind of stuff. So you really, really want to start with things that you actually already know. And I have a great little exercise that you can do for that. Now, before we go any further, I want to announce this week's Viewer of the Week. Thank you so much for being here, Fab Fun Life. I appreciate you. If you would like to be featured as Viewer of the Week next week, make sure you leave a juicy comment on how my strategies have helped you grow your YouTube channel. And now, back to our tips. Make a list of 10 to 20 questions that you can answer right now. And I know I've talked a little bit about this before, but here's the thing. Let's say you want to talk about how you lost weight with intermittent fasting. And let's say you know how to play the guitar and you can teach other people. And you're like, okay, should I start a dieting channel, losing weight channel, or should I start a learn how to play music channel, right? Here's what you do. Make a list of questions that you can answer. And you can use Google's People Also Ask feature. So make a list of all the questions about intermittent fasting that you can answer. Make a list of all the questions on learning how to play the guitar that you can answer, right? And the point of this exercise is to go deep into a certain field. So go deeper and deeper and deeper and pick 10 to 20 questions that you can answer in that field. And that is how you actually start. All right, you've made the decision, you have started messy, and you've written down some 10 ideas for your content. What happens next? Next, now is the time to think about your gear. Okay, so here, what I want you to think about is start with where you are and start with what you have. So if you already have a phone, then I'll show you a really easy beginner setup. You need a phone, get a tripod, get a mic, and get a light, right? So I'll put up some Amazon links to how the setup can look and where you can go and buy it from. But that is basically your beginner setup if you're using your phone to film. Your phone, your mic, your tripod, and a ring light. Okay, that is it. Now, alternatively, if you're going to be using your laptop to film, let's say you're going to be doing tutorials or some kind of videos that you're going to be using your laptop, and you can use your webcam to film with. In that scenario, what you need is obviously you need your webcam and you need a mic. So I'll put some links down below into what kind of mics you could work with if you're using your webcam or with your phone. So go check the description for the links. Here's the really important point. I do not recommend buying gear before doing all of this clarity work before, okay? The reason for that is because if you start with buying a camera or start with buying gear, whether it's expensive or not, your entire time is consumed with learning how to use the equipment that you've bought. And that is not the most important thing on YouTube. The most important thing is to get comfortable with the camera and to find something that sticks with an audience. Find something that YouTube is going to be happy to promote, right? So you want to start creating content. That is the first step. So getting content clarity and then working with the equipment you have is going to be the perfect match to get you actually started, to get you results and data. And so that brings us to the next major point, which is become a machine. And let me explain that. So what I want you to do is create and upload. Rinse and repeat. Create and upload, create and upload, create and upload. 10 to 20 videos without overthinking, without looking at competition, without thinking, oh, that person is doing this and that person is doing that, and what am I doing? No comparison at this stage. Think of this stage as your dating period, where you are going to be just putting in all your effort into this relationship. You're going to be creating and uploading, right? That's what I said. Think like a machine. Now that you've done all of these processes and you have created these 10 or 20 videos, congratulations! Now you have a YouTube channel. Now you can say, hey, I'm a YouTube creator, and own that identity and be proud of it. And this is when the hard work actually starts. Now you've got the data to see whether you're on the right track, whether this is for you, do you want to continue, what path you want to continue on. And if you want to make the entire process a little bit easier on yourself, then I highly recommend grabbing my YouTube Launchpad course, because that's literally what the course is about. The word Launchpad literally means it helps you launch your YouTube channel step by step. My clients who take the course say, Salma, I watched the video in the module, I paused the video, I went and took action on that step, and I came back and watched the next video. So that is how I've laid it out, and I've laid it out in a way that you literally go step by step into launching your YouTube channel. So I put the link for YouTube Launchpad in the description down below. Go and check it out. People always ask me, like, is it too late to start YouTube, or when is the best time to start? And I say the best time to start was 10 years ago, and the next best time is now. So if you are ready to invest in your dream of having a YouTube channel, start now. I want to ask you a quick question. What is your channel going to be about? Using all the stuff that you've learned in this video, tell me in the comments below, what do you think you're going to start with? And once you're done commenting, go and watch this video next on how to make your first YouTube video. I'll see you in the next video.